Hello, everybody's having a blessed day today. I just want to share this dream that I had with everybody because it is amazing and it is awesome and it represents so many things. But I was in this house with these people and this wasn't like a regular normal house though. This house was really tall. I mean, high off the ground. It was built way up in the air. I don't know how many feet, but it was really high. Really high in the air, and you had to have these special made ladders to get to it that were really tall. They went way up in the air, not like a normal ladder, but these were like, had to be special made ladders to climb up there because it was so high. And that's what really stuck out to me though, because I know what ladders mean. In a dream, it's, you know, as God's saying He's elevating us to higher levels. He's bringing us to higher levels, and we're going into a new season, so He's doing a lot of new things in our life in the new season to come. A lot of awesome things. And that's what ladders represent. That he's elevating us higher. He's bringing us higher up. And that house was really tall. It was awesome because it was really big. And we had to climb several ladders, not just one, but there was like different levels. You had to climb one real big ladder and then another ladder and then another ladder. It was like, I think it was like 3 of them that was in there that we had to climb to get to it, to get inside the house. And it was just awesome. But it was a really big house. It was, I was just like amazed because it was so big, and I was sitting there thinking in my head, like, how in the world this, how we ever gonna get to this house? Because it was so tall, you had to climb up all these ladders. But it was just awesome because I knew what God was saying, that He's elevating us to higher levels, and He's bringing new things in our life and in this new season. And it just shows also how many big, you know, things that He's doing, because it was so high up in the air, and we needed to climb like 3 sets of ladders just to get to it, just to get inside the house. So this season's going to be really awesome. It's going to be really awesome. There's going to be a lot of awesome things that God's doing in our lives. And the other dream I had, I actually had 2 of them, but the other one was witchcraft, and which was really interesting too, because I knew what God was saying in both of them, really, because it was all full of, I mean, it was just witchcraft all over the place. That dream was crazy. But it was just all these cats and these dogs and these animals just running around everywhere in this house, and just, I mean, nobody was taking care of them or nothing. They were just doing what they wanted to do. And I seen all these people there, and then I seen my mom, but it really wasn't her. It was like, and she was in disguise, you know, it really wasn't her. It was Satan pretending to be her, really. That's what it was. It was Satan pretending to be her, because when I looked in her eyes, I knew. I seen it, and I thought, oh boy, this isn't my mother, this is Satan. And I just rebuked him and casted him out in the name of Jesus. And you know, when I woke up, God was saying, and I knew what He was saying, but He told me, He says that this is, you know, the season that you're coming into now, and it's not just for me, it's for everybody, you know, the whole body of Christ. And that's why I wanted to share this with everybody, because with the new season that we're coming into, that's just telling us to beware, because Satan's there, you know, looking around the corner, looking, you know, for whom he can devour, like I've been mentioning in my other previous videos, that he's looking for people to, you know, to devour and to get off of God's path and to keep us from what God has for us. And that's what he's out to do, especially in this season. And I knew, you know, that's another indication also, like I've mentioned before, you know, when you're going into a new season, he's always going to come at you. I mean, he will come at you the hardest, especially when he knows that God is doing something really big in your life, and he's ready to open up some new doors and new opportunities for you. And that's when Satan will come at you the most and the hardest. So it's like you just expect it. So, you know, you just prepare yourself. And that's more or less what God was saying. Just be prepared, be ready, so that, you know, when he does come at you, you'll be ready to fire back at him. And he won't have a leg to stand on. But we got to keep our guard up, and we got to keep, you know, our eyes open, especially in this new season, because God's doing so many big things. This ain't like, you know, previous seasons where he's just, you know, doing little things, which to God, nothing's little, but, you know, things that we probably consider not huge or humongous or anything, but he's doing some unique things and some awesome things in this new season, and that's why we really got to keep our guard up. We really have to keep our guard up. I'm telling you, it's vital, because Satan, he's just looking, and he's just waiting. He wants to, you know, keep us from what God has for us, but that was just like a warning saying, you know, to beware. to just look out and beware, because he will come at you with all he has. Because he knows that this is a vital season that God has us in. You know, it's an important season that he's doing some big, big things in our life. And, you know, that's when Satan comes at you the most, because he's always trying to keep us from what God has for us. But with this is much bigger. So this is when he's really going to pull out all the stops. He's really going to come at us with things. And that's what God was saying, just to beware and don't let your guard down. You know, keep yourself built up in his word, and keep yourself lifted up, you know, keep yourself in prayer, and be vigilant with it. You know, be diligent, because I tell you, in these seasons, we have to be really diligent with the things that we do, especially with prayer and our time with God and spending time in his word. We have to keep ourselves prayed up, you know, keep ourselves built up in prayer, because if we don't, like I said, he will come at us with all he has, and that's what he always does. But, you know, with this new season that we're coming into now, it's going to be much different. He's going to be coming at us in a much different way, you know, than we're used to. He's going to be coming at us with everything he has, not just with the ways he has in previous times, but this is going to be a little bit different. He's pulling out all the stops, more or less, and just, you know, coming at us with all he has, like I said. But I just wanted to share this dream because it's just so awesome. You know, it's just letting us know that God's doing some big, big things. So just know you're not stuck in the season you're in now, even though sometimes it may look that way. You know, the new season's right around the corner. And that's also the time when Satan tries to get you to give up and quit, because he tries to make things look hopeless and helpless, like you're not getting anywhere, like God's not doing nothing. And, you know, that's not true. We can't allow him to fill our minds with that. We got to keep our minds renewed. You know, like it says in Romans 12:1-2, that we got to keep our minds renewed. We can't be conformed to this world, but we got to be transformed by the renewing of our minds, so that we can keep ourselves, you know, on the mindset that God wants us on, not on the mindset the enemy wants us on. We got to keep our minds and stuff built up on God's word, so that we will be ready and prepared. But anyway, I wanted to share that dream with everybody, and I hope y'all have a blessed day today. And I will leave the link to my GoFundMe account for those who want to sow a seed into my ministry, into what God's doing, because he's doing some amazing things. I'm telling you, this is going to be one awesome season. I'm just really excited about it. I'm excited to see what God unfolds in this new season. I really am. And I will also leave my email address for those who have prayer requests. Feel free to email me anytime, because I check my emails all the time, and I will respond back to you. So feel free to email me your prayer requests, not just for yourself, but for family members or anybody else that you need or want prayer for. And I will lift them up in prayer, as I always do. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.